Hi there, today's lesson is about composition of functions. So before we could move into the actual composition part, let's review what it means to be a function and substituting in values. So first off, our first example says f of x equals x squared. Well, what would happen if I asked you to find f of 2? Well, you're going to substitute that 2 right in for x. And yeah, we could do the math here, but that's not really the point. So what if I asked you for f of 6? Well, that would be 6 squared because I'm substituting in the value for x. Now, what if I throw a curveball at you and say, well, what about f of triangle? Well, that would be triangle squared. And you could really put in anything. What about f of smiley face? That one's fun. Well, that becomes smiley face squared, all because my original function was x squared. Do you guys notice the pattern? That whatever my input is, I'm substituting in for x. So what that means is f of x equals x squared, then f of whatever we want is going to be something squared. So instead of x and x, we can make it whatever we want, and they're always going to match. Okay, so writing it without x, right, I'm basically erasing x and writing it just with open parentheses because that value can change. Right, we always solve for x, we always try to change it, and that's just kind of how it goes. So the first one we're going to do is f of x equals 2x, and g of x equals x minus 4. I want to find f of g of x. So I want you to notice that f is on the outside, and f equals 2x. So I'm going to rewrite that. F of something equals 2 times something, right? Instead of x, what I'm doing is I'm erasing x and keeping them as open parentheses. So now, what I'm putting inside of f is g of x, which is going to go here. Oops, wrong color. Here and here. So g of x is x minus 4. So what I'm doing is I'm taking all of g and putting it inside of f where x used to be, because g is on the inside. So then the last step is to simplify. So I'm going to distribute this 2, and I get 2x minus 4. And that's my final answer. So I know this can be a tad bit confusing, and I promise you'll get it. Just practice makes perfect. So at any point in this video, make sure if you have any questions, you're pausing and asking your teacher. I'm going to do a few more because it's the best thing you could do is recognize the pattern. So in example 2, f of x is 3x squared, and g of x is x plus 1. So this time, f is on the outside, and f is 3x squared. So f of something, and remember the first step is to write it with your parentheses without these variables, as if it's emptiness. So 3 used to be x squared, right, but that value is going to change. And now it's going to change to g of x. So that becomes x plus 1, because right now g is on the inside of f. So I'm taking g and plugging it in where x used to be for f. So I'm going to go x plus 1, x plus 1. And it turns out that this is your final answer. You just have to be very careful with your math here. That plus sign and that exponent means there's nothing I can do. I can't distribute. I can't do anything. And that's my final answer. Okay, so now I'm going to change it up a bit. G is on the outside, so f is inside g in place of x. So I like to draw these pictures. So f is going inside g just like over here. So g is x plus 1, right? So instead of x plus 1, I go space. It's like a space bar plus 1. We're waiting to see what happens. And what's going on the inside is f of x. So f of x is 3x squared. So my final answer here is 3x squared plus 1. Okay, so here's my last example for you today. And I know sometimes this is a hard concept to get right away, but I promise the more practice and the more times you watch this and ask your teacher and do your in-class practice, you're going to get better. So here, f is on the inside. So this one's a cool one, but it seems weird, right? f of x. F is on the outside and f is on the inside. So I'm taking f and I'm plugging it back inside itself where x used to be. So f is on the outside. So f of something equals 3 times whatever that is squared, right? Just taking out those x's. Now on the inside is f of x. So I'm going to write that in. F of x is 3x squared. So you guys see what I did there? I took this 3x squared, plugged it back in for x, and then I have the 3 in front and the square on the outside. So then this one, I still have to simplify. I've got 3 out front, and then this is 3 squared and x squared squared. So 3 squared times x, remember power to a power, you multiply the powers. So 3 squared is 9 times 3 is 27, x to the 4th. Okay, so I just did 4 examples. And if you have still a little slightly confused, don't worry. The best thing you can do is practice, practice, practice. And remember, you can always rewatch any of these examples and ask your teacher for questions. Good luck!